Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast, featuring your hosts, Locarthemanbeast, and also featuring me, the LobsterDust. How we doing, everybody?
You know what?
Wanted to do something a little different this week.
Oh. Did we or did you?
I think we did. I think
okay.
we did.
All right.
We talked about this, I don't know, a few days ago.
Okay.
And the more I thought about it, the more I just think it's a great idea. And I just wanted to dedicate this episode to our friend Cliff. Yeah. You know, I want to talk about the cinematic masterpieces that is the Fast and Furious franchise. I wanted to talk about Dota being perhaps one of the best games made by Valve ever. I'd like to talk about all the things. I like to talk about him definitely being a friend to the people of color community. I'd like to you know, just celebrate him.
100%. I mean,
this one's for you, Cliff.
There it is. Cheers, man. Cheers. That was my whole point in the past couple days in our group chat, man. If everybody can have bad takes, why can't I?
So it pisses me off about the shit you were saying.
It's true.
It's like
it's true.
No, it's so like obviously fucking like contrarian just to be contrarian.
No, what?
But it's also the shit that like you say it and it's like, oh, you fucking piss me off.
Like what though?
Lord of the Rings being the whole trilogy being like a piece of shit. What?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, man. I love Lord of the Rings, but like
Phil fucking Collins.
I
got Pat out of retirement for that one.
Shut up,
motherfucker hasn't said anything in 7 months. And I mean, 30 seconds after you fucking said it, he's all, I've been summoned.
Yeah, and then just lit me up. But the thing is all I was saying was that Tarzan wasn't that great in comparison to I would rather just listen to him in Genesis. That's
the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Name a Genesis song. Exactly. Exactly.
That's what I was saying.
Name a Tarzan song. I got 7.
Yeah, but that's because you're a child. There's a difference.
Oh, prove me wrong then.
Name the first fucking 10 Pokemon.
In order?
Yeah. Or just, yeah. I mean,
Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Bulbasaur, fucking
Ivysaur,
Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard.
And now you just need one fucking more.
I know.
One more. That's all you need.
It's not Weedle, it's the Caterpie.
Yeah. Or is it Rattata?
It might be Rattata.
I think it's Rattata. I think Caterpies come after Rattata, Raticate.
Okay, so what was your point there?
I'm just saying in general.
How do we get from Genesis to there?
The idea behind it is like that's child, like it's all child stuff.
Oh, because I nailed that. I'm a child.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So,
yeah, fucking Raj.
Also, like I said, fucking Lord of the Rings. It started because I've been looking for a new fantasy series. I've been reading a lot of sci-fi lately, and I've been reading a lot of like weird off the rocket stuff, and so I've just been like, man, there's got to be something fantasy that kind of like digs in. And of course, when you're like, hey, looking for good fantasy books to like jump into, something that kind of revolves around, fucking swords and dragons or whatever it comes out to. And it's fucking Lord of the Rings are just on the top of everything, right? It's like, okay, I've already read Lord of the Rings. Give me something new. But every fucking path I go down just ends up leading back to Lord of the Rings. And it's like Tolkien's work is great. But if you've ever read Lord of the Rings, you're like, fuck, I don't really want to read that again. It's like reading Dune sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
it's not cool.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's one of those ones that like you commit to, you do it, you don't got to do it often.
Yeah.
The people that do seek help.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's not quite an enjoyable read. It is, but it is I don't know. It's like it's literally like doing like a literature class.
Yeah.
You're learning a whole bunch of shit that's only applied to this. You're spending a whole lot of time doing it.
Yep.
By the time you're done, you're an expert on it for a short amount of time, and then it slowly starts dissolving.
Yep. And the thing is that what you realize about Tolkien's writing is that the mythos and the lore that isn't in the books is what the Silmarillion is, where it's just an encyclopedia where it's like, oh, I just wanted to know about the fucking wizard beings that like are like godlike that Gandalf is based off of. And it's like, sure enough, it's in there because it's the ancient elven written text or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck me, man. But so that's what started the whole thing. And then you guys just wanted to shit on me. So I was like, fuck y'all, man. I'm going to give you my hot takes and what I really, really think. Harry Potter is just a boring teen drama. Like, we've been rewatching Harry Potter, and it is. It's just a boring, sad teen drama. The books are like fucking 90% like Harry, like almost dying, Hermione crying over some bullshit, Ron like not getting into anything, and then like 10% is like a couple wizard duels. Yeah. Which then led me to the next point of Dungeon Crawler Carl is just Hunger Games for dudes. And it's unfortunately true. It's not a bad thing.
Man, yeah. I mean, I'm not far off. It pisses me off.
I know, but I'm okay with it. It's fine, man.
But it's not. No, okay. Actually, I was thinking about this. It's not Hunger Games for dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hunger Games for fucking weird people. Whole different category. Have you ever ran into somebody at Borders that loves Dungeon Crawler Carl and got stuck with them for 45 minutes talking about it without even realizing what's happening?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not dudes. They're all over the place. Some of them have fucking purple hair and fucking you're not even like gonna guess what their pronouns are. Like and it just happens. And it's like, but hey, normally, do I talk to purple haired people? Absolutely not. Keep the fuck away from me.
No, but if we have common ground,
if we're talking about like Dungeon Crawler Carl for some reason, I start calling them Crawler, and like we're like all of a sudden we're fucking fast friends,
dude.
We're getting into it.
Matt Dinniman,
and then after a while, I love that we both like we talk, we get it all out of our fucking system, and then while we were like kind of like looking around, like okay, all right, well it was nice talking to you, and then we just. Like, we both realize it's weird at the same time. Both walk away from each other.
Yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl is the mainstream weird nerdy thing that people can all gather around. And it's the weird, you're right, it's the weird Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing kids in the cafeteria in high school that are now socially acceptable because they have something of knowledge that they can talk about with people. Yeah, that's exactly right, man. Love it. Love it. I fucking love it. May is right around the corner. New book. I'm so pumped, dude. Parade of Horribles, I'm just, I'm cheesing over. I need someone to read this Jeff Vandermeer series, The Southern Reach. I need to talk to someone about this.
I got so much on the play right now.
I know, you're fine. You got baby and
so much. I'm on fucking
Crimson Desert.
Number 2 of fucking Old Man War.
Yeah, baby.
Dude, I cannot get into fucking Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's sluggish, dude. I
It
tried.
is
It's sluggish.
fucking. Is this what the Martian's like? Is it just
No,
like?
dude,
Is it just some guy? He's all, oh man, I like science. It's
The
like,
Martian was
what are we?
The Martian was written like a diary. So you know, if you've seen the movie, right?
No,
Oh, you haven't seen The Martian?
no, no. You and Cliff talk about it all the fucking time
Fuck,
about
dude.
like what a good movie
It's
it is.
great movie. Great movie.
And
Matt Damon, probably one of his better movies he's ever done.
that's why I didn't watch it. I'm fucking so sick of Matt Damon being sent to fucking space and us spending all the fucking money in the world. I was like, I don't need to see another one. I've seen 8.
True. The thing is that the way that
And apparently it was the one movie I should have put my foot down on not
100%.
seeing.
The thing is that the way that it works in the movie is that you just kind of follow him for his time on Mars or whatever, and the whole time Mark Whitney is talking to anyone. Matt Damon's character is talking to anyone. He's doing it as a blog or like his video blog or whatever. He's making a diary, so all these steps are able to be, recorded. The book is written as those logs. So like it jumps from his perspective and it says like, Sol Day, blah, 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 blah. And then he just talks about what's going on. And then it'll cut to like NASA's guys being like, they're trying to figure shit out and understanding. And like, it's just funny because it's comical because like people on Earth don't know what's happening. And they're like, God, what must be running through his mind right now? We're trying to figure it out. Like we know he's alive. What's going on? And then it cuts to like his diary is like, oh, Commander such and such has got the worst fucking taste in music. I swear to God. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like so stressed out about this guy, but he's just surviving on Mars and no one knows it. And that's the way the book is written. Super fun to read. Super fun to read. Project Hail Mary, on the other hand, I started it and it was like, this is fucking slow. This is slow.
It's a fucking drag.
And I don't think
it's like he throws in like science and equations and this and that. And I'm the entire time I'm like, am I supposed to be impressed by this? I'm not. If you're trying to sound smart for the sake of sounding smart, you're losing me.
I feel like if I watch the movie, I will enjoy that story so much more because it's written like how you would imagine a movie to be played out. There's a lot of drama and a lot of suspense and a lot of like, I don't know if I can fucking do this. Like, you guys have to find somebody else. I am not the person for this type of thing that doesn't portray well on page because it's just 5 pages of someone sounding whiny. Where like, if you see someone acting it, it's like, oh, okay, I can understand that, So I don't know. I wanted to read it before I saw the movie, but I think I'm just going to end up seeing the movie since it's out now. And then just go back and read the book later.
I swear to God, I pick it up and I feel like I give it 2 hours, and then I look at like how many pages I've actually read. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's just it's hard.
It's not even a big book, dude. It's like
48%. I know.
That's
what's pissing me off the most.
It's like 380 pages or something like that. It's a small book, dude. Like like
I think 410 or something like that.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, it's not a lot.
And I read the last Dungeon Crawler in like 4 days.
Yeah, I think I plugged through.
Put it down, just this one. I can't.
I read this Jeff Vandermeer Southern Reach. I read book 1, and then I took a break. Is
this all like the Annihilation and all that?
Yeah, it's Annihilation.
Tied?
Yeah, it's all tied together. Annihilation, Authority, Acceptance are the 3 of the trilogy, and then I guess he wrote a 4th book a couple years ago that's supposed to tie everything together as like a final little hurrah. But people are like, if you didn't read book 4, you're fine. It's like the book, the first 3 are what put it all together. Mm-hmm. And so, and it's funny because like the names of the book, like Annihilation, just kind of like explains the first group or this group, group 12 that goes on this expedition. And then you read Authority and it sees the perspective of like the people who are in charge of this whole thing after that expedition's done. So they like, you see 2 different perspectives, and the way the book is written, and this guy's so fucking smart, dude. The way he writes, you get stuck in it. Like there's a lot of his writing, like when he's writing these chapters, that just fucking drag on. Like you're just like, what are you you're just talking about like going on a car trip or something, some shit like that. But like the way that he is writing the book and how it's all tying together later down the road, like you just end up getting fucking invested in. Like with Annihilation, I was like, maybe I should skip through some of this. But as it started tying on later in the book, like the way that people are talking, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, or this situation that they were in when they were a kid is now like starting to play into like something that's happening in the book later. I was like, oh fuck, I actually have to just like pay attention to the whole thing. So when I read Authority, I was like, just read it all 100%, start to finish, just read it all, just make sure I'm paying attention to it. Man, love this fucking series, dude. It's so out there and there's no answers. There's no resolution. You're not coming. There's no way. The way he writes it is designed to not give you answers. He wants it to be super ambiguous to the point where like you only have questions when you finish it, which at first I thought was unfulfilling, but the more that I read it, I'm like, dude, it has me more invested. You know what I mean? Because you're like, want to figure out what it is. Knowing you're not going to get that answer kind of sucks, but you're just like, oh, fucking, give me another one. Like, hit me again.
So it's just like the movie.
Again, never seen the movie. Never seen the
I've never seen the movie.
Didn't even know the movie existed.
When I looked, well, because there's Annihilation. I was like, I remember there's an Annihilation movie. And then when I look it up, somebody was like, fans didn't like the movie because they insisted that they try to stay towards like something that happened in the book or something like that. And that just left people with too many questions. Like, what the fuck even just happened?
And that's a whole when you finish the first book, I literally had to Google. Like it's the first time in a long time I was like, what happened in this book? Because I was so confused. I was like, I read the whole thing. Did I miss something? Like did I just it felt like there was just a chapter removed from the book that I just skipped. And then I was like looking for it, and it was like everybody was like, nope, that's how he wrote it. He wrote it specifically. So you ended the book going, wait, what about this? And it's just like, yeah, no, you'll find out in the next book. And then you get to the next book, and it's like he like goes, all right, remember all those questions you had? And he starts to sprinkle, and then he goes, but that's all you get. And so you read it and you're like, oh man, it's starting to happen. The book's done. And you're like, fuck. So it's cool.
I want to read that.
I know. I feel like it's one of those things that
you're selling it really well. Let me tell you.
I don't know how else to describe it except for the fact it's like, I don't know about any of his other writing because I've never read any of his other books. Apparently he's got a couple other ones out there that are pretty phenomenal. But this series is like revered. People love this Southern Reach series. And like whenever you look up cosmic horror or like sci-fi horror and stuff like that, or stuff that's just like a little bit off, it doesn't really hit that eldritch horror, but like it's just weird enough that it's like, ooh, dude, I don't know what's going on. This is like one of the top 3 books that always gets recommended, so it's got to say something. Or it doesn't, and I'm just fucking screaming to the wind. But you know,
Crimson Desert.
I'm
game of the year.
I
Game of the year.
I don't know if I could. I will say it's a very good contender.
I don't know what's going on in it. I have no clue. All I'm doing is collecting bounties and fishing. And then you start sending pictures of your birds. I was like, oh, I should really fucking start playing this game. Like, I don't know what the fuck I've been doing. I'm almost afraid to look and see how many hours I have in the game because I feel like I've actually kind of done just kind of nothing. I've literally just been like walking around like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Just walking, fishing, collecting fish, collecting bugs.
So I've started
fucking bounties.
There's a couple cool things I've started to understand about the game because I've been playing. I think I've just been playing it wrong. As I
don't even know how to fast travel.
once you find nexus points, that's the hard one because you have to. Okay,
I've got some nexus points. I just don't understand like how I'm
open up your
supposed
map,
to use them.
hover over the nexus point on your map, and click Y or
Is it
whatever.
a separate fucking tab?
No,
Like
it's
Elden Ring where you have to click a thing and it fucking takes you to a lower thing?
just open up your map. If you
They're
have
not in the sky realm?
nope. If you open up your map and you found the nexus points on the ground, you
Yeah.
stand on top of them. Like you get that weird question
They
mark on the
glow?
map, and you stand on top of them. They boop and they pop up on the map. That's now a fast travel point. So all you have to do is open up your map, hover over that when you see that on the map, and then click the teleport button. It's on the bottom of your screen, and it'll just teleport you wherever you want to go. So I've been the way I've
Seems awful easy for something that I haven't figured out how to do.
this sounds
I
like
must
this
have
sounds like
a
a
filter or something.
sounds like a Morrowind thing. Oh, that is another thing. If you open
Yeah.
up your map, look at the top of the screen under the tabs. It'll say all quests something something. It like
Yeah, maybe they don't have one of those on or something.
it defaults to quest. You just like tap the button over to go to all, and it'll show everything on the map.
Maybe that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I kept thinking like for some reason. I was like, well, I got these things, and like maybe I have to go up to the fucking sky realm where I have to fucking dive down and shit like that.
Nope.
So I was trying to figure out how to like find another tab. And then I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep walking this direction. I don't need to go back.
I've been finding that if you start like going off in a direction and you find like a POI, there's a good chance that within that POI there's going to be like some treasure chest or something there, and there's a good chance that whatever you find in there may be armor, and then that'll give you a good indicator that the rest of the set is somewhere around there. Some of the sets are kind of like tied to missions, but some of them are just you get dope ass shit just by exploring the world. There's very, very few items that are dope that are tied to bosses, at least for the first 5 chapters. And so everything that I have found that has been dope has just been me wandering the world looking for shit. And so super cool that way. You know what I mean? And it kind of gives it took me a while to understand there's treasure chests behind waterfalls. But if you try to walk through a waterfall, the water will knock you back.
Fucks you up. Yeah.
So if you take the ability, it's like the stab or the slash or something like that. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I think it's called strike or slash or something. But you like press your fucking attack button and like Y or like on the Xbox controller. So it's like right bumper and Y. He'll like charge up and then you dash forward with a strike and it gets you to dash through the waterfall. So you don't take any damage. And then inside the water,
first waterfall I saw, I was like, huh, gamer logic, there's going to be something back there. And just like sends me back into the river. I was like, motherfucker.
Well, the reason why I thought, I was like, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, waterfall. And then once I started getting attacked by waterfalls, I was like, okay, maybe not. I had a side quest or whatever, and it took me to like a waterfall. And there's like, you see like these little, like someone's put stones stacked up together. And that's like the good indicator that there's something behind the waterfall. And then I read like this book I found, and it was like, oh, someone said something about like moving faster than water is like how you're gonna, find certain treasure, some bullshit like that. And then it was like, read the description of the thing, was like, allows you to like move so fast that you travel through time or something. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Well, then that's how you do it. There's a lot of little things like that make this game super fucking cool.
Game of the year.
I swear, man. I think the more that people start playing,
it is kind of one of my favorite things I've been seeing lately is like it'll pop up on my Reddit and it's like drip check and it's just like a picture of like I guess like you can find dyes and like dye your fabrics and stuff like that. Dude, this one guy, I didn't even realize it was like an in-game thing. Like he must have had it on super fucking stupid high graphics or something like that. It looked real. Like so fucking real. And it was just the most like murdered out with just like gold accents, like robots. Like, God damn, this is sick.
Yeah.
And then it said like Crimson Desert, and like the first comment was like, holy shit, is this an in-game thing? And I was like, no fucking way. I feel like the more like because that's popped up in certain other things that like I've looked at, I'm getting more and more Crimson Desert, and I'm really trying to like stay away from anything
I
like oh
know.
this is how you get this, this is how you get this. But like I saw this thing, it was like man, I finally beat the main story, and now I'm just going around exploring. 186 hours in, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah. Yeah.
that is a fucking.
It
I feel
sounds
like the
like
more people play it, the more it's just like oh shit, this game's sick.
I really did mean it when I said this feels just like Korean Red Dead. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah,
the more you start to play it, the more you start to see it, it is just Korean Red Dead. It's all this game is. And like there is so much shit to do. I have a hard time finding myself to go back to do missions. Like I will have fucked off in a direction.
cannot be fucked to do a mission.
That's what I'm saying. I'll go. I got to. I was trying to find one of my bounties, and it's an area that every time I go in there, I keep getting knocked out by these little fucking people, and then they drag my body to another location. So I can't get into the spot until after like the fourth or fifth time I got knocked out.
Very intrigued.
Someone popped up and like one of the people were like, you keep trying to get in here, what do you need? And you're like, I'm just trying, something and they're like, well, you have to get permission to enter our village, you have to go and do this. And it took me on another side quest. I was like, cool. So I started fucking off towards that side quest, but then I just kept fucking off in a direction, and then I was like, well, what takes me, like, what is it, what happens if I go to the desert right now? And so I just fucked off to go to the desert. And then I was like looking off in the distance, and I saw like a giant hill, but then it looked like there's volcano smoke coming out of the top of the hill. And I was like, I'm just going to fuck off in that direction. And
Yeah.
after like, I don't know, 40 hours of gameplay, I've just been collecting armor and shit and learning how to level up. I finally got my first pet.
Ooh,
Super easy.
I'm not there yet.
Super easy. Just go to any town. If there's a fucking animal at the town, all you have to do is just pet them 5 times. One per day.
Oh, I have to be like one off.
All you have to do is get them to, you have to get them to 100. Then they'll follow you around. You know what they do? They pick up items for you. So you don't have to stop to loot. You just fucking do whatever you.
Is this what the cat army is?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly what it is. You get a list of how many pets you can have, and you can take as many with you. And like it's just stupid shit like that. I killed a legendary white bear today. It's like a polar bear up in the mountains. I stumbled upon this fucking crazy area that had like this giant skeleton and like a dope ass 2-handed sword, and then around the area was like a fucking white polar bear. And I was like, okay, well, after just doing the last one,
I'm gonna pet this motherfucker 5 times.
I'm gonna write them, So you have to like attack animals in the wild, and then once they get to a certain point, then you can mount them and you can ride them as temporary.
Oh.
But I just saw that the last patch they made it so certain legendary bears, wolves, and stuff are now fully tameable mounts. So I was like, sick, dude, I'm here. Let's fucking get this thing. I killed it because I couldn't finally mount it. I mean, it was weak. I knew it was weak, and I was trying to mount it. The mount button wouldn't come up, and it kept trying to fight me. So I just ended up killing it, and I killed it and picked up the stuff, and it was like legendary item for blah, blah, blah. Take this to the witches, and this is how you like get mounts or whatever. And I'm like, where the fuck are the witches? I haven't even seen any of that. So I had to Google because I was like, am I missing something? And then it was just like, no, I'm not even there. Like that's late into like chapter 5 stuff. And I was like, so it's like to really get the game unlocked to where you're starting to like build up or put a build together with like certain trinkets or items that you can like socket into things to kind of change. You need to progress through chapter 5. So it's like, the hard part is like, it's this beautiful open world, but realistically you need to just knuckle down and get through the first 5 chapters of the game so you can unlock all the fucking, what would be considered end game shit. And then you can do whatever. And it's like, okay, cool.
Good to know. Maybe they can get me away from my shores.
I'm not going to lie. I love fishing in video games. This fishing is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not easy. I don't know how many fucking
that's
lines
why I'm dedicating myself to the craft.
Okay.
Just there's that's really it. I mean, I can't build my Milfy city anymore. I can't make just my own city of nothing but brothels with one tack shop in the middle. All I wanted was one bait and tack, a big rounds, like courtyard, if you will, and just nothing but brothels as far as the eye can
So
see, and that was going to be my city.
I don't know if it's
Apparently, you
exact anymore.
can't.
Well, I don't know if you can or can't. I don't know how deep it goes into, but I just did upgrade my camp and discovered that there was a home off to the other side of the camp in its own little land. It's a pretty fucking big area of land. And when I went inside, I was able to open up interior decorating in a sense. And there was like options to move walls and move stuff like that. So again, I don't know how deep this goes or how much of the camp you have to upgrade. So who knows what's actually
Can
invested
I
in that?
make it a
I
brothel?
don't know,
And
Brett.
can I
I
make
don't know.
multiple of them? Can I generate a local economy from this?
Yes. Brothel economy based? I don't know. Have you
Bait
seen
and tack shop?
a hooker in the game? Bait and tack shop, maybe, for sure. You could
I've
actually
not seen a hooker. And
no.
trust me, I've been looking.
I know.
What I do uh what I do love is like when you're walking around and like not they don't like render, but they just look like so out of place. Like maybe they like loaded in too far and like they're about to like glitch back, but it's just like a giant. Like when you
Yeah.
see a giant, you're like, what the fuck? And then like you walk up like, oh, it's just a big fucking person.
Yeah.
It almost looks like they're like superimposed like, on a wall
Yeah.
or something like too
Yeah.
close to you.
Um
Yeah, I want one of those. You walk into my brothel, and you're just like, whoa,
have you
fuck, that's a huge bitch.
have you got attacked by beggars yet?
No,
Yeah.
no, oh no, no. I was chopping down some trees, and this guy like he had me pinned.
Yeah.
I couldn't move.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, sir, and I was like, how the fuck? And I didn't even mean to give him money. Like I was just like I pressed a button. I gave him. I was like, no, don't give him money. It was so fucking.
I
They,
they manhandled the shit out of you. I did the
yeah.
same thing. I was like, oh, I was trying to find a button to get out of it because I was like, I don't want to give him a fucking.
I was fucking Gary Payton on defense, just fucking gloving me up.
I kicked him. I fucking just front kicked the fuck out of him in the face. I was like, yeah, there you go.
Now, did you get in trouble?
Oh yeah, instantly. I was in town
Yeah.
when it happened.
Yeah.
Fucking
Run.
yeah, man. There's
Oh.
a lot to this game. It's the more I'm playing it, the more I'm enjoying it because there's just so much to do. And
Yeah.
it's a good time waster. It feels like, okay, now that I've been playing a lot, it feels just like a cool single player MMO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what it was based on, but like,
There's borderline too much shit to do, though.
yeah, I think that's one of its biggest
There's
downfalls.
too much to learn.
It's hard to really comprehend that, but yeah, it is a game that was too ambitious and did it. like you know what I mean? It's like it was so ambitious and they were able to complete it. But it's like, all right, now that I'm doing it, it's like all this shit is super cool. You didn't need 90% of this.
If this is the amount of hours I need for tutorial, right? Like it's like, okay, this is how to do this, this is how to do this. I'm gonna use like this much, forget this, and then eventually have to come back and relearn this part when I want to do this part. There's so much in it that even just the fucking sword fucking flare things like that. Like I fucked off so far that like all of a sudden I get up to something. I was like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, what am I focusing? What am I on next thing? I'm picking up a fucking tree with my fucking mind. Like I'm just trying to fish.
The sword thing is dope too. You start to realize if you go to the top of a hill and you use your like light sword thing, whatever that fucking focus thing is, it shows you glints of where things are important for the Nexus. It'll actually show you where fast travel points are. So you see them like right up in the distance, and then you can travel out that way and you find a fast travel point because there's a fuck ton of them on the map. So there's stuff like that that becomes really important to kind of learn because it helps you just navigate the world. But yeah, there's a little bit too much stuff. The one thing that I do think I'm starting to dislike is the skill system. I do like that you can just reset your skills whenever you want and put them in any other place that you want. So if you want to swap around to do a different build, you're not hindered by that at all. It's a one button press. All your skills get reset and you can put them wherever you want again. Cool. Super cool. But getting
that for a single player game.
But getting the skills is not based on a leveling system. I don't kill X amount of enemies, get X amount of experience, and therefore get a skill. It's all those fucking stupid little abyssal nexus things you get like throughout the world by killing enemies, collecting them from locations, and or getting those, like, I don't know if you've seen them, they look like giant Rubik's cubes. And then there's like challenges associated with them. And when you complete the challenges, they give you
some of these fucking things. I've just fucked off. I'm like, I didn't. I don't know what the reward is. I don't care. Like, I stumble across some fucking puzzle. I start going through it, and I'm like, I don't.
Some of the puzzles are super difficult. Like, almost like
rather be fishing.
Mind-numbingly difficult. Like, I had one puzzle where I had to move statues in a specific order, but every time that you moved a statue, it moved a different statue. And oh fuck, dude, I was at that for a hot minute, and I was like, I am not this stupid. Like, I know how this type of thing works. I can do no fucking dude. I was at it for a minute. I just left. I said, I've wasted so much fucking time here. It's not even worth the fucking one skill point I could potentially get. Of course, until it's late game, and then I'm like, that's the one skill point I fucking need, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck. But what was the other thing? Oh, I had some fucking challenge. I wound up in some like deep south area, and one of those cube thingies I got popped up and was like, I got on my horse and it started a timer. It was like, ride from this village that you're at till another village, and you have a 40-minute timer to ride there. And I was like,
fucking far is the village?
Well,
40 minutes real life time?
40 minutes real life time. That's a challenge.
Jesus Christ.
I looked at where it was. And again, I haven't discovered it, so I don't know where exactly it is, but I think I know because you can kind of zoom in and look at stuff. So I have an idea, but it's like, you can't follow the path the whole way or you will not make that 40-minute timer. And so there is a lot of shit like that's in game. And it's like, because that was Black Desert. You wanted to go from fucking like the main starting city or whatever, all the way out through the desert and stuff like that. You were on a horse riding for like an hour. You were spending an hour in game traveling. We used to do,
that's absolute insanity.
We used to do raids, or it wasn't raids. It was like PvP events. And so what ended up happening is, the way it works is your guild, they can claim territory by winning fights, and the more territory they can collect over the course of, you know, a week or whatever, will allow them access to taking over like a main capital area, and then that main capital helps them generate more money and stuff. So whenever you enter a guild, the end game for Black Desert is really just doing the PvP, like the guild wars. And it's fucking sick, so sick. But there would be times where you'd be out farming in the desert, and when you're in the desert, there's no map, you have no compass, you have to know where you're going. It's all just memory based. So you be out farming, and, you know, your guild would pop up and be like, hey, you know, PvP starts in like 35 minutes. And you're like, fuck, I'm 45 minutes from there. And you're like, I'll be there. And you just start mobbing. And like, hopefully you got like a T6 horse that's got like sprint and drift on it, so you can just keep sprinting and drifting. And like, you're just like, don't follow the roads, just fucking get through certain areas and like jump off cliffs and do whatever. And like, you could make it there in 30 minutes, but like, you had to play it fucking close, you know? It's like a Need for Speed game at that point. So,
game of the year.
It has everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that what is our criteria for game of the year? It has to be innovative. It has to have things that make it fun. And it's got to keep me coming back.
The only thing that beats it that I've seen that's announced is Grand Theft Auto, if that releases. And even then, you brought up the point, like, if it releases November, when's game See,
December.
now, if it is going to release a hot mess, we all know this.
Mm-hmm.
It's too big of a game
Yeah.
to not release and not just have fucking problems everywhere. I still think it probably wins Game of the Year.
I think it does too.
Even,
But
even despite everybody's just like, like, you know,
exactly.
The cult carries it.
Which also makes me realize why people, or not people, game developers, whatever came out, we were looking at it going, there's nothing coming out this year. Well, yeah, why would you if you knew you were going up against fucking Grand Theft Auto in November? Even if you released at the beginning of the year and you were a fucking hot
new
take.
consoles are right around the corner.
That's what I'm saying. There's just no reason to compete against Grand Theft Auto. If all it came down to as a publisher, be like,
PS6, bro.
What are you gonna have? Again, we went over this. We talked about this.
I know. But listen. PS6 is taking after Nintendo, and they're just saying, you know what? We're gonna put everything that's ever been on PlayStation at a discounted price, and you can play everything from PlayStation 1 all the way through. Kind of fucking genius. If there's one way that they're ever going to compete with, we can put Steam on our console, we'll just give you everything that we've ever had.
The problem I have with that is, hi, I have the original copy of this from 1996.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, you got to buy this because that's not.
What's even better?
We're not going to have
the original copy was probably like what, like $22 or something like that. They're gonna sell them
$40,
$42, and it's gonna be like discounted. What? We didn't make it 60.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, man, that pisses me off because that's a frustration. Because that is how they're gonna keep their money coming in. Because I guarantee you, what if like people that were really into
it's gonna sell.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna buy all that shit up. You know, it's like, oh man. And then if they do have that catalog, can you imagine? There are video games, and I'm talking, there are video games out there that I have been wanting to replay again and have not been able to find. From Software did a series called the Echo Night series, and they did this one called Echo Night Beyond, and it is just a walking simulator, and all it is basically this husband and wife. It's in the future. They take their honeymoon to go to the moon. The fucking spaceship ends up crashing, and this guy and his wife ends up dying, but it's like kind of like one of those like Fatal Frame horror type of games. You have no weapons, but you have a heart rate, like a heart rate monitor. And every time you see a ghost, your heart rate spikes. So you have to do certain things and not have a heart attack while like discovering puzzles and figuring out why the ship crashed and what happened, all these things. It is such a fucking cool game, but it's so obscure and out there. You can't find it anywhere, you know? And if you do
I'm
find
looking at it right now. It's only $300.
That's what I would say. If you find a copy of it, it's fucking outrageous.
For $100, you can get just the case and the manual. No game.
It's so bonkers to think about. And it's like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I still have that copy somewhere. I maybe. I can't guarantee it. But that's what I was saying the other day. I just need to find a working PS2. You know, that's probably cheaper than buying the fucking game if I had it. But then again, if PS6 comes out and discounted price for a video game digital is $42 versus
$42 versus $300, what are you gonna do?
I mean, that's an easy fucking layup, you know? And it's like, that just sucks.
Because nobody creates anything new anymore. It's literally just, how do we make money off all this shit that we've already done?
That's exactly right. People don't want to take the risk to make anything new. And if they do take a risk,
why would you?
Then, I mean, you got to be someone like the French and come up with Clair Obscur.
Yeah, but use all AI? Fuck out of here.
Who cares at this point?
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. The Crimson Desert AI shit is the stupidest shit. I was like, oh, what is it? Like, somebody's like, did you see the paintings? Like, if you look at some of the paintings, like, you can tell, like, it was done by AI. And like, first off, pause. What? And then like you look in the game, like they're talking about like the little paintings
Yeah.
on the wall. I'm playing on 102-inch TV,
Yeah.
and I'm not looking at the fucking paintings like that. And they're complaining about that. They're like, why couldn't they pay a fucking like a digital artist? They couldn't pay a digital artist just to make the fucking paintings. Get fuck? Are you kidding me? Go stand on a hill and look at how much is in the fucking game.
Yeah.
You're telling me that they're not going to use some generative AI assets? You can fucking say whatever the
I
fuck you
agree.
want. You can say, oh, well, Brad, you're fucking chill. I'm sorry. Especially something that big, you could use like I just need some fucking filler textures. God fucking
My whole thing about it too is like the AI generativeness. I started thinking about this because AI just compiles a bunch
textures.
compiles a bunch of shit together.
Fuck, dude. If it makes your whole character, if it makes a whole like something like that, I get it.
Yeah. Or if it's
textures,
if it's directly ripped off
Paints.
another fucking artist, right? If it's directly
Marathon,
like
you
can one for one that. You can be like, that is mine. That's not even like you didn't even change the shading. That is mine. You know what I mean? All right, we got some fucking problems. If you're just like, I don't want to fucking code that, can you just get AI to give us something? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, the people that are bitching about Crimson Desert, we might know someone like this, but it's just like the people who were like, what they say, AI in game, no representation for LGBTQ, and
that does piss me off. I've been trying to make out with dudes something fierce, and
quite honestly, the game being like so big that it just fucking doesn't make sense. And like the only one of that I can agree with,
that one's kind of fair.
It's fair. But if you're telling me that that's the worst that it's come up with, like IGN, you can kiss my ass, dude. A 6. You gave Concord a 7.
I'm sorry. Are we on 3 or 4 updates since release?
Yeah. The devs are listening. They're like,
they're doing a lot.
And they even said they like wrote this whole thing. It was like, we put this game out, but it's such a big scope. Like some of us just didn't think about those.
That's what I'm saying. From playtest to fucking release, like, I'm sorry, you could probably list a lot of things. It's so big. I'm sure it's not easy. They probably were working from playtest to the first batch, working on the things that they knew that we were going to complain about. And you could say like, oh, why wouldn't you push to like release and blah blah blah? Like,
and the
sorry, day 2 patch is pretty good.
One of the devs was talking about this, the stash thing was like, oh, our whole goal was we didn't want you to be overfilled with things. We wanted you to just pick and choose items to keep around that you would just play with, so you could just play through the game because it's so big. There's just endless possibilities. And then their whole problem that they had was someone came back and was like, yeah, because there's endless possibilities. That's why we need the stash, because we don't know exactly what we're going to do. If your game is 100 and something hours and 30 hours in, I'm like, I've got no fucking space because I'm holding on to things because I don't know if I need them or not. That's the problem. And the devs were like, makes perfect sense. Put it in a personal stash. Oh, but they didn't have it at launch. It's all right. Well, fuck. Okay. But they got it now.
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of San Luis Obispo cat fuckers.
Pearl Abyss has also been really good about that too. With Black Desert, they were really, really good with their community. When people like new characters got launched or new fucking events came up or stuff like that, and there was something wrong, the community would have a little bit of an outrage, and the devs would go in and they would fix it instantly. Like you would get an update for an MMO, and normally would take like 6 months for something to go through. Like within a week, they were like, okay, we're rolling this out. It's a small patch. We're going to fix this, this, and this. We understand what you're saying. Here's a nerf. Here's a buff. Here's a change. Fixing that bug. Cool. All right.
That's what you want. That's what you want, unless you're just looking to complain. Unless you're like, you know what? I'm never going to give it a chance. It never stood a chance.
That's also another thing too, because those are the same people who are going to say Grand Theft Auto is Game of the Year because they played Grand Theft Auto Vice City once. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Or because Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for fucking 13 years.
I don't know.
14
GTA 6 is just going to fucking take it though, dude. You know it is too.
Or
It's gonna be so
here's
fucking dope.
here's the thing.
It's gonna
What
be.
if it's not?
It's gonna be what gets me to make this computer right here work, just so I can fucking play it.
What if
Because I'm
it's
gonna have to
not?
dedicate an entire hard drive just to run it. What are you talking about?
What if it's shit? What if it really is just a god awful?
I know we've talked about this before. I've seen the mocap where they're like, okay, we're like putting in. They just had thick Latinas with fucking dots all over their asses twerking in front of mocap cameras. I'm never leaving this strip club.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. Game of the fucking year.
So
just the ripples that they have engineered to make it as lifelike as possible. I'm never leaving my office.
This is
I am just, do they play it in VR? Just my fucking face like that. Game of the year. What else is there?
You got problems,
If
man.
there's fishing, if there's strip clubs and fishing, what do I need, Trevor?
It sounds like when I'm 60 years old, that's all I want in life is just fishing and strip clubs.
Oh God. Fucking that's what I'm talking about. That and like when we finally hit like fucking like nursing home age, VR is gonna be so dope. We can just slip into a fucking dementia dream and not remember that we're even in VR.
Oh yeah.
Just,
oh yeah. See, that's the fucking.
You're running around fucking playing like fucking hard bullet shooting shit, taking off, forget that you can't run. Just like
It'll be fucking Inception, but reverse.
yeah. Oh man.
I'll need some fucking like surgery or something in my old age. You know, they'll take the headset off and be like, "Where am I?"
Yeah. Game of the year.
I don't know, man. I really the thing is again, we talked about this last game of the year, is that games should have at least a chance. There should be a fucking chance.
Okay. Crimson Desert has a chance.
So you know what? Like
if
I
they
said,
never show up.
like we said, GTA is gonna win game of the year. Fine. Don't put it in another fucking category.
Well, I mean, you could argue, you know, because they're both going to be big maps, big games, probably big scenic views and stuff like that. I think it'd be really hard to beat fucking Crimson Desert, regardless of what GTA puts out.
Graphically, this game is fucking gorgeous.
Just looking over, like standing on a mountain, looking at another mountain and seeing everything in between.
Oh, and knowing you can just go there. There's no render. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just go there. Like I said, I got all the way out to the desert, looked back to the snowy capped mountains and saw a volcano and was like, I want to go there, and just got on a horse and went. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's dope. That's hard.
Gonna be hard to beat that, regardless of fucking.
But then you got GTA like stations, radio stations. That's gonna take music.
That's 1,000% gonna take music.
Oh, unless it's all mumble rap. Or fucking Bad Bunny.
I bet you. I bet you. It has like a full Spotify library on there.
I was gonna say,
like, I bet you they've probably partnered with a music app. Oh, they probably have, you know, 10 of the top artists for every genre.
Could you imagine in game?
GTA Radio has always been amazing.
Could you just imagine in game? Because you have a cell phone. That's how just the GTA games work, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if there's a link system to your Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, or whatever, that you can just play your own fucking music in game through your own stuff?
I almost wouldn't want that.
Really?
I think I'd rather have their curated, like I feel like they always knock it out of the park.
You have one or two options. You either go to GTA Radio or your own fucking music.
Okay. Fair. But man, even better than the music is like the AM fucking like the talk shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm most excited for. There's been a long standing rumor that like they've had Joe Rogan do something like 100 hours of fake podcasts that they paid like a ridiculous amount of money, where he's just talking about fucking like beaver jerky and shit like that to put in there.
I mean,
And
I
like
would be
it's
about it.
been speculation, like there's been no confirmations or anything like that, but like that's some shit that they would do.
Is there also a part of me that doesn't want it to be good from my own personal reason of being like, I don't have time to play video games like that anymore, and having a game that is
Yeah,
this
there is a
fucking,
little like I don't want it to
it's
be
almost
that good.
it's not even like, I don't know if it's envy. It sounds more like envy, but it's like, if it is that
Oh, it
good,
is.
it's gonna be FOMO. I'm going to miss out on that because I'm not gonna have the time like I did when GTA 5 came out,
Listen,
because that was fucking 15 years ago and I wasn't doing shit with my life, that I could just sit around and play all day long, you know?
I have a newborn child. These are formative years that we're talking about here. And GTA is about to release fishing and mocap thick Latina asses.
Oh yeah. You're
That child.
you're gonna be a fucking,
Hope it takes after her mother.
I was gonna say, there's a good chance by the end of this year, you might have visitation rights every other weekend.
First word is just gonna be the hard R. Like, I fucking love GTA.
Oh, why can't I see Daddy? Well, Daddy made some mistakes when he was younger. Oh, so drugs? Did he
Younger?
cheat on me?
2 months ago.
Yeah. Because outside of GTA, like I was saying, I looked at the list. There's nothing. And like we were talking about, we talked about, this is important because we were talking about, you were saying, man,
That's sad.
I've just been waiting for all these
That
games
was a bomb that you hit me with.
I know, right? And I went back and I looked. I started from 2022 and I went all the way through, and I was like, all these big games that got announced at the Video Game Awards, most of them have been released and either shut down or they were shit. The other games that hadn't gotten like released were shut down before that even happened because of mergers or acquisitions or closures. And then the other ones are such big ticket items that, again, they're just waiting for next gen console. Like the Sony one that's done by Naughty Dog's team. You know what I mean? Like that's going to
Intergalactic.
be, Intergalactic. It's going to be waiting for the next gen. It's not coming out anytime soon. You know what I mean?
It's why announce it?
Well, because
that's what pisses me off. I get it. I get there's like things that like things will happen. People will put their hands up like, listen, we have to wait. We have to do this. We have to do this. But man, that was 2024 was the link that we were watching. It wasn't even 2025. We're in 2026. Yeah. And you're telling me like you're going to wait another
2 years,
probably year or two.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
so 4 years of waiting, that's too much. It's too much.
Well, and not only that, the question I have, and we've seen it so many fucking times already, are we guaranteeing tech is not going to advance in that time period? Are you making a game that's now in the past that you're going to release that's not going to be of standard because tech has already jumped again? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to have to postpone it? We were going to bring it out this year for the fucking next gen consoles, but then we realized we now have Unreal fucking,
if we do that, then it's going to,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And we've got to upscale to all the shit. You know, it's like, man, it's just it's a broken system. It's a broken system. But
that's what happened at Concord.
When you
they should have just dropped it when they had it.
When you look at all those games from Video Game Awards and you start to see the fucking trend, gaming does not have a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Gaming is.
Oh, and I mean, I know we've been talking about this forever, but like I've kind of like committed to the idea that like I need to get this computer working because I want to use this computer, and then I want to take this, I want to put it into like a mini ATX and just like shrink it down and just make like an emulator computer.
Yeah.
They just shut down like 3 days ago the biggest 398 terabytes of emulator games from everything. Like it was like the world's like largest repository of every game that's ever been made for every single console or any cabinet or anything that's ever been, and they just shut it down the 31st of March.
That's rough, dude. It's rough.
I know.
Especially with like the Preservation Act that the UK has been trying to do about video games.
Yeah.
And I
get like if the company's still there and they're still like making money, I get like how you can have a claim for it. But man, some of those ones that are never gonna come back. Well, and I'm sure other people have them and they're on other places and stuff like that. But like for something that was just pretty widely available, pretty easy to use, pretty safe, secure, things like that.
Well, and not only
Oof,
that, that's what.
big hit.
So I just saw on April 1st, Steam had released a bunch of the original Resident Evil games. So Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, like the PS1 versions of it, are on Steam now. And it was like, oh, that's fucking cool. And they were like discounted, they're like $5 a pop or whatever. And like all of the top comments were like, yes, it's great that they're here. Go buy it on GOG because at least you have it. And it's like, ooh, yeah, you kind of fucking forget that. And now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm remembering this now. It's like locked in my brain. Anything that is an old game that I see that's like coming out or whatever, or like it's not a re-release, they're just finally releasing it so you have it as an old game. I'm going to GOG first to get it there because I know that I have that. Because once copyrights or things go through or some problem happens and they got to rip it from the Steam store and you can never have it again, even if you've purchased it because you don't own your games anymore, at least GOG gives you your fucking CD keys and you have that game, you know? It's a weird time, dude. That's a video games is just a weird concept to have when you look at video games. What was video games? I know that we go back to this old fucking bullshit diatribe that we continue to spit over and over again. Gaming was better back in our day. But like, I just don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. We went from
Money.
I know money happened. I know I get that, but
Money.
that should have
Shareholders.
been, no, I know,
overhead.
but
Brick and mortar.
people didn't change. People, the actual gamers didn't change. So where the fuck are they? Like the people that were making the games were gamers. Now, yeah, sure, you get slot from just fucking investment.
Yeah, but now
company.
it's not people. Now it's people that are making games because they want to make money. They don't want to put their idea out. They don't want to do this. They want to do this, or they do and they just don't have the capital for it. So you need to go to a company. The company needs to fucking pitch to the board. The board needs to say, how are we going to fucking make money off of it? They need to do this. And what do you mean we can't fucking do it, remotely? No, we need a fucking high rise. We need the fucking CEO needs a fucking his own parking spot. We need this. We need this. We need all these different things. We need this. What do you mean we're not going to bonus out our fucking board members? What are you talking about?
And
why would you ever say that we shouldn't do a battle pass? Fuck you, you're fired. Like it's just like
what? But
it's just a slippery slope. It started off with just fucking.
I get that
beginnings.
I get that, but then you look at
somewhere around the time where they're like, we need more machines or more computers or more power to do this. Somewhere time there that the exchange went from we need this to now I'm leveraging it over you.
I think there's also a point of that too, where it's like gaming, the what is invested in gaming is actually a lot easier, but you have to pay for the program to generate your shit. You have to pay for your Unreals. You have to pay for your assets. You have to pay for that stuff. Where like before, as a video gamer, you were coding that stuff. You had to have the knowledge on how to fucking make a tree look like a tree, right? So it came with like knowledge, and now it's just money invested. And I get that. I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that like there's still fucking gamers. There's still people that like have to value video games to where they're just like, we're not going to let shit just be slop or let people just rip it away. Highguard is like a perfect example. A perfect example of somebody in the fucking very top, Jeff Keighley, taking a shot in the dark for these guys. And he shot kind of fucking far on that one for them. Highguard was not a great game, but they're gone. They closed down. March 12th, the servers are done. Game was out for 2 months. I beat Concord, thank God, but it's gone. And so like you look at it and it's like, could it have been something? What if Crimson Desert came out with all the hate that everybody gave it to and it just shut down? And they're like, well, it's a single player game, but we're just gonna rip it.
That's the other thing.
We're not doing anything with it. Oh, because it's a single player.
See, but then is the argument there also that like, was the dev team still on board to stay on? Did they cut the dev? Did they cut the dev team, or did the dev team
walk away?
Did the dev team leave? Like because like there's so many like teams where it's like, okay, we want to do this, and they're like, no, like not what we signed up for. We're gone.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of times where like it's dead before it even like really hits the water. They release it, but they know that like the team that's worked on it the entire
They're
time
gonna be
is
gone.
already
Yeah.
gone.
Well, and again, that just goes back to that original idea of being like, where are the fucking gamers? Where are the people who give a shit about them making their fucking games?
They just left because they didn't want to
You know what
do
they
that.
are? You know what
But
they
they don't
are?
have a home to go to.
They're making the fucking sex games.
That's true. Let me tell you, Milfy City 2, when it drops, game of the fucking year.
Beats GTA.
If I can save Linda and Bob's marriage, beats GTA.
I made a joke, but I'm really serious. In the next couple years, we might see a mobile game up for
Oh, I bet.
game of the year. I think
I bet.
I think so. We're teetering. We're teetering.
Computing power and like cell phone power just and honestly, can you imagine if Candy Crush was like, we'll give you 5 more bonus levels if you vote for if they just hyperlinked did that, Candy Crush would smoke everybody.
Yeah.
You know? Shit like that. It's because they feel so separated from the actual gaming community. That's the only reason they're not already in the running and taking it.
It'll either be a mobile game or it'll be a fucking remaster or a remake of a game that wins game of the year.
Yeah.
And that actually might be worse than a DLC getting fucking game of the year.
Oh yeah.
If a re-release gets game of the, could you imagine if the re-release was also a game that got game of the year in the past? Oh, dude, that's
God of War.
Oh my god.
Just God of War, God of War.
Oh man. Fuck. But hey, you know, still got Bowie.
Still got Bowie. All right, kids. To everybody out there that's not Cliff, well, fuck yourself, Cliff. God,
Piece of resistance.
love. Yeah, just beautiful, thick, girthy, veiny cock. Just smile like Mark Finan. Fucking
what
a guy.
That's something we didn't talk about. Some 7 days.
Mark Finan.
7 days.
Next time.
Next time. All right. We're out of here, kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye.